My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Dude, it's time to cosplay the Necrobinder. Sorry, did I say cosplay? I meant play. Or did I? We've got a kaleidoscope, scroll boxes, and large capsule here to look at. Ooh, how many upgrades? How many upgrades on this bad boy of the floor? Maximum lines are 2 upgrades, not a big fan of that. A couple of them have really early elites. Kaleidoscope doesn't reliably make us much more powerful, nor does scroll boxes. Large capsule, none of these are especially reliable for the additional power that I want for any of the good paths here. Like, all of the good paths rely on, like, you get question marks, but then you have to fight an early elite. You get question marks, but then you have to fight an early elite. Literally before the rest site, by the way. And then Snake Up, you get a couple more question marks, and then you have to fight an elite right before the rest site. Like, these are all really dangerous paths. I would hope to get some power from my Nyaz bonus rather than like speculative power, just like raw power, so that I can try and push through one of these early paths. But none of these options are really like raw power. I feel like probably the most likely is Kaleidoscope, because I get a lot of choice over that, whereas scroll boxes, you just give me 2 packs of cards, and hopefully one of them is synergistic even slightly. Large capsules, you're kind of just hoping that one of the relics is rare. Whereas Kaleidoscope, at least I get to look at the cards. Snakebite, Refined Blade, and Double Energy. Interesting. And Hotfix, useless. Juggling, add a copy of the 3rd attack you play each turn into your hand. If I can make the 3rd attack I play each turn like a 0 cost something cool, but what are those? I mean, I guess like an Osti sub-theme would work really well with that, because Osti wants to attack multiple times a turn, and multiple of Osti's attacks are 0 cost. So I think that would be the binding agent between those decks. Calculated Gamble, of course, just a lot of draw, but it's a lot of draw for a character who already has a lot of draw. I feel like Juggling and Snakebite are kind of anti-synergistic. I don't want to just take Snakebite. Like, if I did Snakebite, Calculated Gamble, the whole deck would just, for the start at least, be about cycling back to Snakebite and playing it again as soon as possible. But that's not even that good for this character. Sorry, clicked off screen and accidentally started a YouTube video. I'm gonna try and speculate on this Juggling because it might actually do work for us. Jump scare. I'm gonna also take this Double Energy. So I've gone resource maxing immediately before what I already described as a really bad line. I don't stand by it. Alright, I'm going to take this path. It's the leftmost, it's 2 upgrade, it's 1 late elite, it's 3 question marks over the course of the entire floor and an early shot. It's okay. Absolutely fine. Did I mention at the start that we actually did Necrobinder and Ironclad? Have I even mentioned that? Or did I just jump scare you? I don't know. Got him. Dirge, Scourge, and Reap. Ooh. Hard bars. I think Dirge, because we already have Double Energy and we might be able to cycle into it, but I'm taking a lot of speculative cards that might be good in the future, theoretically, if I get something that sets up for them. Which is not generally a good strategy. You want to take things that are good now. Having seen no Osti attacks yet, the Juggling is already feeling like a bad idea. Discovery can kind of bail me out a little bit, so I'm literally going to click that bad boy to try and save me. I really don't want to be enchanting a strike with double butts. Do I have to? I'm not going to. I have very little time. I have 2 more tier 1 fights and then this upgrade before I have to start being ready for actual fights. And this deck is very far from that. Ooh. Definitely drop Deathbringer. Then incoming. I'm actually gonna get that Corpse Slug to die this turn. Take 2 damage and finish the fight. Well, I thought I was gonna finish the fight. Thank heck I didn't dead draw again. Explosive, negative pulse, scourge, and so. Of these, negative pulse to sort out some AoE and a little bit of damage. I definitely can't take that elite. 1,000 times over can I not take that elite. Oh, nice. 0 cost berry. Pretty good there. Also, Discovery does get 0 cost cards. Ooh. Delay. Discovery needs to be consistent because currently it is everything I am capable of. I feel like maybe in retrospect... Yeah, I probably should have dropped Fish Oil already on the first turn. Maybe I save it until the Loggable Matriarch. I'm not certain where it goes. I'll Discovery for Invoke here. Still haven't taken actual damage to my body, but that's coming, don't worry. Here it is, 3 damage. Ugh. I don't like when it becomes more than that. I'm gonna use an Explosive Ampule to end the fight this turn. Grey Warden, Drain Power, and Flatten available here. Unfortunately, Flatten sees no other Aussie attacks in a deck that's already taken a bunch of cards in order to survive, so I don't think it's possible for me. Drain Power... I mean, it fits. It buys me a lot of upgrades right now. Strike Dummy. Cards containing Strike deal 3 additional damage. That's actually really helpful. Huge amount more damage in this deck as a result of just that. Frenellans, lose 13 max HP. I'm happy to do that because I haven't taken many defensive cards yet, so all of them being enchanted with Nimble seems pretty good to me. Oh, yeah, I'll Scourge the absolute hell out of you, buddy. Skip over your hardened shell with that. So I do actually need to be dealing damage to you as well. Ideally, they should meet in the middle. Or I can get End of Days to just force the end of the fight immediately. That's great too. Regen Potion, Nunchaku, and Death's Door. I'm probably going to put more Doom in this deck, and Death's Door benefiting from Nimble is one of the best, because it goes from giving you 18 block to giving you 24. Yuck. I need this fight to be quick, but it won't be. Ooh, thank you, Death's Door. Beautiful work. Yeah, I'll hang. Why not? And got him. Grey Warden. Perfect. Fisticuffs. The real problem is my deck has no offense. That's like the straight up problem with this deck. Like, I rely on discovery and a really important discovery at that in order to be able to get through fights. I feel like I almost need the power potion to have a chance in this upcoming boss fight rather. But I also want to reject that so that I can remove a strike, because strikes are definitely dead draws for us. I'm going to remove the strike, and we'll see if, in retrospect, I disagree with that decision. Let's also upgrade delay, fish oil. Ooh. Discovery, Spirit of Ash. Whenever you play an ethereal card, gain 4 block. I have 0 ethereal cards in the entire deck, not relevant to us. High 5 to set up vulnerability is nice, but I'll take Snap so I can keep Dirge in hand so that Dirge is ready for double energy Dirge. That's going to be a pretty huge turn for us. I'll play the strike just to increment Nunchaku. Double energy. Big Dirge. Okay, delay discovery is really good here. Lethality, ethereal cards, deal 50% additional damage. Banshee's Cry would be 0 cost this turn, but then it'd have a cost for all of the rest of the fight, so I'll take lethality. And yeah, nothing free that I could get out of that deck. Unleash hitting for 40 is certainly very promising. Upgrade a couple cards in that discard pile. Let's snap to keep a bodyguard and then hit with the additional strike. Discovery finds... I want it to find another snap here. Keep Death's Door in hand or Grave Warden, but like the enemy is going to outscale us ridiculously. I need to have Eradicate and then just like blow up the enemy next turn. They've already started taking strength from us. I don't have that much to spare. Okay. Delay. Double defend. And then I've got additional energy this turn for the Eradicate. Eradicate 15 by 5. Probably better off just throwing the Unleash. Okay. Hey, discovery of a domain for additional energy later. That'll help. Okay. Got 48 damage for you this turn, buddy. And I'll come back for the rest later. Beauty. Eradicate, Soulstorm, and Devour Life. Now, the thing is, Soulstorm buffed. Soulstorm buffed. Soulstorm used to be do additional damage for each soul in your exhaust pile. Upgrades to 3. Now it's 4 and 6. And it's about as buffed as you can get when you double a number. I like it. Give me additional offense. Let me play with the new Soulstorm. Upon pickup, upgrade 6 random cards. If it hit the right cards, I'd be over the moon, but it won't. So, give me Phylactery Unbound for additional HP. Phylactery Unbound gives us the upgraded starter relic. At the start of each combat, summon 5, and at the start of your turn, summon 2. So we get a lot more temporary HP on Osti to play with. A lot more survivability at the cost of basically nothing. Ooh, double energy Dirge. Don't mind if I do. Let Let me choose what card to play and when and why. Ooh, borrowed time as well. Yeah. Let me draw a big old hand of cards and then figure out how I want to play them. Okay, we'll start with a delay, then borrow some time, get some more energy. I got 2 more cards I'm allowed to drop out this turn. I'm thinking Soulstorm and Unleash, just big damage. Drop bombs. Especially because 3 more hits to down the enemy here. And damage this turn. Does it. Definitely taking my stolen card back. Second negative pulse as second AoE support. Yep, I'm behind it. And it's also support for Death's Door, giving us the ability to activate it more often. Lethality and Ultimate Strike, actually. Wow. I'm not against taking both. Ultimate Strike's decent damage, and Lethality makes it even more decent. It gets even decenter. It's the decentest. Pulse. Beautiful. Nothing it's doing there. And that's it. We're all good. I should have played additional attacks if I had the opportunity. Fruit Juice, no escape. Train Power, Great Blast. Don't think I need any recurrence like that. Yeah, I think I'm elite hunting. Oh, I was about to drink the Fruit Juice too, but if you're gonna give me an upgraded rare skill, I'll take it. Especially if it's an undeath that it blocks for 11. Especially with a bunch of souls in the deck, that'll make it pretty hard to take that much damage in the second cycle. No real choice in my mind but to dodge that turn. Lethality and delay sets up for a much bigger turn this turn. I'm not actually even going to play that dirge there. Just throw it back into the cycle and play it later. Ooh. Lovely little bit of undeath there. Soulstorm for 37. No need to worry about damage this turn. Not exactly finding the resources I was looking for, but that's okay. As long as I get additional safety while I'm not finding those resources, we'll be okay in the end. I like a fight with a good amount of inevitability. Like, you will be losing and I will be taking no more damage. That's about all that was written on that one. Let's see. Veil Piercer, Fear, and Grey Blast. Veil Piercer has 1 Ethereal in the deck that it can see. Yeah. Fear to set up vulnerability in a deck that otherwise has 0 vulnerability access. And the Fear is already upgraded. Okay, that'll break the tie. Can't help but notice that juggling's done literally nothing since I've drafted it, but that's okay. Great Ultimate Strike for 6 more damage. This has got to be Oblivion. It's not going to be a particularly powerful Oblivion turn, unfortunately, but it will save us a lot of HP. It's definitely negative pulse. Is the main draw I'm interested in here. I do have a second. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get many souls in the cycle, so we're not going to be cycling quickly, and Soulstorm's not going to be particularly large damage either. Let's double that energy and then just play out the hand. Soulstorm's 19 damage to a single target. Capability of taking down the front line at the end of this turn. Unfortunately, I'm going to take a whole heap of damage before that happens. On death, welcome. It's good to see you after all. Thankfully, we're still not dead just yet, but it's getting very close. Let's... Oh boy, they're all on their damage turn. Okay, basically, if I didn't draw Banshee's Cry there, I was dead. I still might be. Yep. That guy in the back line is doing 20 damage, and I have a total of less than that in HP. So, whether or not I agree that that I should have expected death to the Decimillipede, and I would say, you know, not an especially good performance for that deck or deck cycle, and seen on death as late as possible, etc. Blah blah blah. Not much draw in the early turns. A lot of heavy turns of defending in the opening when you really need to be setting things up, etc. Regardless of whether or not that fight went as well as it possibly could have, we had another elite afterwards, so I was probably screwed. Which means I should have, at this point, opted to try and take a less aggressive path. Because I don't think there was... And also noting, I was going to hit another rest side afterwards, but there was another guaranteed elite on that path. Yeah. Juggling did nothing for us. Hey, double energy was pretty good, though. Let's see what the Necro can do in a different run, with maybe a winged boot situation. I almost feel like ooh, hang on. Okay, if I leapt from there to there, it's not especially good. Like, I can do a leap to get an additional rest. It's not particularly great. I'll take the Leafy Poultice here. Transform Strike into... Whoa! Whoa! Spirit of Ash. Whenever you play an Ethereal card, gain 4 block. Seance, an Ethereal card that upgrades to be 0 energy. So it's just 4 block. And then transform a card in your draw pile into Soul, giving you more draw, getting you back to the Seance more quickly. That's pretty wild. I would love to take 3 rests on this floor, and there's exactly one path to do that. Because Spirit of Ash needs to be upgraded yesterday. Ugh. Not exactly the card I would have wanted to destroy, but I'll play Seance pretty happily. The vast majority of the time. Yeah, probably shouldn't have destroyed the best damage card I have in the deck, eh? You can see how that might have been a mistake. I'll try not to attack on our weakened turns, and then try to attack on the other ones. Fun strategy I'm working with here. Good God. At least I'm not weakened. Hup, hup. Okay, yeah, look, it's the worst performance I've ever had in an opening fight. Fine. Veil Piercer. Hey, that lets me play ethereal cards for free, and now everything's okay, right? Clumsy to grab a relic I really like early. Whenever you play a power draw 1 card. Nice. Ooh, Enchanted Basic Strike with... I mean, yeah, because I'm winnowing down the deck really quickly. What I want to do is enchant a strike with replay, and then I want to give it ethereal, and then it will defend me while offending for me. Sab E? Mm-hmm. There goes the backliner. Seance goes through any non-aggression in the draw pile, allowing us to finish off the next turn easily. Sculpting Strike, please. Ooh, Defy, Weaken, Aggro. Oh, sorry, Weaken, as well as Ethereal, rather. I'm going to throw a Defy before Strike here, allowing me to keep my free Ethereal play. Spirit of Ash Seance, through a Defend, Defy, no damage this turn. Very easily no damage that turn. Reed Soap Light Strike. I almost don't want to take anything that's not directly related to our win conditions right now, but it's very difficult to say that we don't need AoE to be successful. I'm not taking Greed. Seance needs to be 0 cost considering it defends as well as draws. Yeah, I should be able to regularly, comfortably defend this this fight. That one worked out a little bit better. Nice to have a little sprinkle of doom going on under this. Borrowed Time. Ooh, meal ticket as well. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. Borrowed Time for additional energy. We will draw, so it's useful. Retention's less useful. I'll take a Borrowed Time, sure. Anchor, starting to combat with 10 block. Big fan. I want additional damage in this deck. I'm going to upgrade that Strike. Can I please have a Sculpting Strike? It's going to be so good when I have one. That's all I need, just the one. You're not going to be able to withstand these double strikes, are you? Reap, Invoke, and Spur. I almost just want to take Reap in order to have one big strike in order to guarantee that I can get through this fight. Because otherwise, like, we'll just be slowly whittled away. I don't like it, but this is just a realistic choice, unfortunately. I will heal 15 when I move into the next shop, so I'm going to upgrade that Reap for additional damage, move into the shop and heal. Bag of Preparation's really good. And so is Shockwave, but Enfeebling Touch is there. And it's possibly one of the best defense available to us. It's just... we're still light on damage. Don't want to take any of those additional cards. We've got strength potions. That's certainly helpful. 4/3. Yeah. Strike and a Veil Piercer and a normal defend. Oh boy. Seance to play nothing. Reap. Bodyguard into double strike unleash. We've still got Reap in hand for a later turn. Let's Seance anything non-aggressive in the draw pile and strike Veil Piercer. So setting up Reap and any other damage as lethal. Mango, additional max HP, really relevant at this point. Very big pickup for us. Snap, pretty good too, but goddamn, I would love to get one of the cards. It's a common card. Sculpting Strike. I will take a Snap. I'm so ridiculously underwhelmed by the damage of this deck, and I need the damage to be better. I don't think I have much of a choice but to do an upgrade here rather than rest, because additional HP is not going to win this fight for me. Additional damage will. If the enemy gets to their second debuff cycle on us, we've just lost. We're out. Spirit of Ash only gets one more additional block on the upgrade. I'm going to take the 3 additional damage on Snap because it can't be debuffed, because Osti's damage can't be debuffed or buffed. It's the trade-off. A bit of setup on that first turn. Seance Veil Piercer? Yeah, I'll do that. Seance through a defend that I'm not likely to get much value out of. And then Veil Pierce. So 22 for 1 energy. And then start the cycle before I play... Yeah, I think so, actually. The thinner the deck, the better off we are here, I think. Then I'll Snap to retain a Bodyguard and Unleash, because damage is our primary concern right now. Huge Defy. Basically no damage as a result of that. Double Strike, Bodyguard. Borrowed Time gives us a Strike Veil Piercer to the end of that turn. I kind of wanted to drop Bodyguard that Reap that cycle. Seance through another defend. Defy needs to stay in the deck, but that's okay, because then I can borrow time and still play Reap afterwards. First debuff cycle comes in next turn. I'm going to drop a skill pot on this. Yeah, okay. Enfeebling Touch makes it a lot healthier. Drop a Double Strike and Unleash. Ooh, I was going to let that Enfeebling Touch go, but I used Veil Piercer, keeping it alive. Yeah, it's fine. Those two and then Veil Piercer at the end of the turn. Another Enfeebling Touch. Start getting rid of strikes, because they're definitely low on damage for us now. Unleash. So, Borrowed Time, Reap, and that does it. Great. So yeah, damage still very light, but we can get there. Domain, Ethereal. At the start of your turn, gain additional energy in a card. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we're set up to take advantage of. Very hot cacao. Started combat with 4 additional energy when we have Domain and a relatively thin deck, and we have Bag of Preparation, and we're incentivized to put additional draw into the deck, very hot cocoa. Also, it's worth noting, playing Powers also draws for us, so we are now even more likely to take additional power cards. Or just drop bombs. That's possible too. There you go. Domain giving us additional energy here. Thank you. $26. Yeah, I mean, Reap then prevents us needing to use any additional. I was trying to play the borrowed time that turn. It's all good. We just kill the enemy in the next turn. It doesn't matter at all. Poke versus Fear. Another ethereal card and a setup for vulnerability. Seems perfect to me. A bit early on this floor to take this guy. Give me the money just in case one of these other question marks turns out to be a shop. I don't want to be unprepared. I'll use a Swift Potion this turn because it feels like we're otherwise not really doing anything this turn. And also because potions are less valuable when the slots are already full. Perfect. Veil Piercer takes him out. Then I play a Domain for free. And keep 2 ways of lethal next turn. Pass. That's draw and ethereal, but it's up against Pull from Below, which does more damage per ethereal card you played, and the whole thing of my deck is ethereal. I have to take that, but I wish I got Pass as well, or... I can't say instead. I wish I got Pass as well. Tough first turn for us here. Thank heck for that setup. Oh my god. Huge Reap and huge Enfeebling Touch, allowing us to knock out 24 damage from the enemy in a single hit, saving us so much HP. I feel like I should probably play Defense before I play that Soul. Four damage taking the body, and then we'll just kill you next turn. Ease. Enfeebling Touch, Severance. Severance is a lot more draw, but I don't feel like that's what's lacking right now. Unless I'm on the first turn, but even then I want immediate draw. Which it is. It's got the soul in hand. It's worth 3 in the bush, I've heard. Spirit of Ash, Veil Piercer, Domain for free. Ooh. Then Borrowed Time, Enfeebling Touch, and drop a Toxic. Ugh. Yeah, that backline's going to be a problem. Feel 18, 13, 26, 26, 8, 34, 49. I might be able to reach for lethal on that target this turn. Let's have a look at the attack potion. Yeah, I can reach for lethal on that target this turn. Blight Strike, Defy, Invoke. Having just taken Pull from Below, I feel like it's Defy or nothing here. Spirit of Ash really should be giving us 5 block if I'm going to be pitching my entire deck around using it for my defense. Fear, snap the unleash, reap and stab. Huge amount of damage on the first turn. Vulnerability already set up on the enemy. Incorrect. I should have played the Defy first. I would be saving my... God, it would have mattered so much as well. God damn. You are kidding me. I would have prevented all damage that turn. Anyway, let's not focus on that. See, and then that one, and then that one, and that one, and that one, and then that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, cool. We cleared the cache, right? Everything's fine. Vulnerability, kill him. There's Sculpting Strike, finally here. Add Ethereal to a card in hand. Unfortunately, Hang is also like ridiculous if I'm doing this deck. Because I'm cycling back cards consistently, especially when I get to boss fights. But I feel like I'm building Hang in my pull from below. Give me the Sculpting Strike. Let's finally take it. Whetstone upgrades 2 cards. Severance being one. Having just taken Infested Prism, it really wasn't that difficult. The worst fight for us is definitely Decimillipede. Okay, I gotta dodge. In the current shape I'm in, I definitely can't take that Deci. Yuck! All of these are downgrades. Vexing Puzzle Box might be an upgrade, it's just not always. And that 10 block on turn 1 is incredible. Gain piece of Bone Flute. Whenever Aussie attacks, I gain block rather than whenever I play a power, draw a card, which I do prefer. Alright, give me the Vexing Puzzle Box. A 0-cost card on the first turn. Sometimes it just gives you Reanimate. Hey, sometimes it gives you Pass for a bunch of free draw on your first turn in the deck that you care about a bunch of draw in. Snapped that. Borrowed Time, Severance. Grand. I lose a bunch of ethereal cards there, but both of them are dead, which is pretty good. Alright, pull from below is getting pretty big for this second cycle. Give me the replay strike, give me the replay strike, give me the replay strike. No! I could have done so much. Give me the replay strike. Sculpting Strike on the replay strike would have been ridiculous. Ah, alas. Yeah, Veiled here, so I might even make Reap. No, it's fine. Kill him. Making Reap Ethereal would allow it to be cast much more easily there as well. Dodge, still don't want to take Deci. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna focus on taking out the backline exoskeleton. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Let's go Enfeebling Touch and Fear. Borrowed Time gives us domain, additional card draw. We take 7 damage this turn, unfortunately. And perfect. Don't even really need to use ethereal cards through that fight. Seance through strike. I'll snap Borrowed Time. Keep that for a hand that could significantly better use it. Keep my free ethereal card until the turn after. Yeah. Like this. Sculpting Strike on Reap, and now it's ethereal, so it's free. I'll Severance for the draw, then Borrowed Time, Spirit of Ash. Ethereal. Man. Should have gone for something much more defensive that turn. I don't know how much more defensive I really could have been that turn, though. Right. We'll rest in anticipation of this fight. I don't really expect much of an issue in this fight. Should be okay, especially if we get Spirit of Ash early, which we did. Retention's not especially good for us, unfortunately, but I could definitely see using it here. Oh boy. I'll go with less card because I've got domain to balance that out. Gonna have to use Severance. Defy, huge block. Sculpting Strike makes strike with replay ethereal. I double play it. I get 10 block while I attack. Woo! That's going to be so good to have that just in constant cycles. Oh, this sucks. I got to play that ethereal without making a anything. No soul from my seance. At least no soul that time. Yeah, I'll take Disintegration here. We can take Waste Not in the next cycle. Ooh. Fear. Let's snap to keep Sculpting Strike. Pull from below for 90 damage and then drop it Defend. Oh god, this is bad. Oh, thank you for the double Defy. Otherwise, this is going to be much worse. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. $51 from Reap, and then 12 to finish. We are skating by on basically the least damage we could possibly be surviving with, but we are surviving. So that works. I kind of want to take End of Days just to solve an AoE fight for us next floor, but even more than that, I want to take Seance so that I have more free draw and defense. Create an ethereal copy! An ethereal copy, you say, of the first card you play each turn. An ethereal copy. Interesting. I can't take the Fiddle because Souls are really important to me, and Distinguished Cape, this would be like the 4th episode in a row I've taken that, so, not for that reason, no, but also kind of for that reason, no. I'll take Ethereal Box. Alright, let's hit multiple shops on this leftmost line. Spirit of Ash, Calcify, Defy. Drop a Severance, and then there's an ethereal copy of that Severance in my hand if I want it. Oh, I can Veil Piercer to play that Severance. Ooh, Borrowed Time. That helps me play Domain. Perfect. Wisp, Death March, and Flatten. Death March will see a lot of draw. Especially because if it sees a lot of draw and then it's my first attack of the turn, the music box is pretty happy to see it too. Give me some additional energy on turn 1, a thing that I probably don't need, but I'd like. Just short of taking Dolly's Mirror as a result of all of my actions. That's fine. My main interest is far and away removing cards. And it probably remains so for the next shop. Then make another card sculpting. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to take a lot less damage this fight, but I would have had to make less bad choices, and I don't know if I'm open to that. Reap. Wisp. No, I don't have enough active draw in that first cycle for Wisp. Oh, love a free delay. Fear and Severance should show us some important cards. That one, and then Sculpting Strike. A Borrowed Time, and then Fire, and then Borrowed Time. Bodyguard. Big old pull from below finishes off that turn while giving us additional health. $28 incoming. Not a great turn, but we've made as much as we can of it. I think I should probably look in that colorless potion for... Oh no, the enemy was already weakened. Of course, that doesn't add any additional damage for us. It's so nice to finally have Spirit of Ash, haha. God damn. I got a delay rather than domain. Pull from below is here to do its damage. 40 damage, and now I've got another copy in hand that does 66. GG. Potion of Doom. Second Sculpting Strike? No, deck too thin to take a second copy of that card. Seance needs to be upgraded to playable. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play power, a random card in hand costs one less. Sorry, one less? Costs 0 for the rest of the turn. I almost made the Mummified Hand balanced. My mistake. Oh boy. Yeah, defense, sacrifice. Best I can do that turn. Yay. Domain into Seance through by far our two worsts. Get additional copies of our Double Strike in the deck, and Spirit of Ash. Okay, I'm gonna Sculpting Severance and Reap, then Veil Pierce a Severance for the draw. Perfect. Snap to keep that. Borrowed time. Fear, and little Death March. Send them on their way with, we've got Spirit of Ash. We should be fine. It's an ethereal card at the moment, and the copy of it's also ethereal. Perfect. Hey, there's the pull from below. 9 by 21 damage. Works out pretty well by the end. Alright, we've got enough for the additional removal I've been asking for. Borrowed Time should get 2 more energy so that it can play an additional card. Typically, that'll be what that does. Okay, first attack this turn is going to be Fear. Huge debuff to immediately hit. I'm gonna Severance and see if I get down to Sculpting Strike, which might have changed my action there, but I probably wouldn't have. Yeah. Domain, Fear, and then it's just got to be that giant Reap. Pull from below next turn almost certainly. 4x8 and another 4x8. Lethal. Lock Potion. Versus that Doom? Yes, I'll take it. Severance, Grave Blast, Blight Strike. No, thank you. Some additional healing from having visited the shop in the first place. Shroud, Sculpting Strike. No, no. Again, I do think it's cut. Spirit of Ash into Seance. Removes defense. It's not especially good defense. Oh wait, every card's ethereal. It certainly makes everything a lot healthier rather here for us. We need to play as many cards as is possible. I think Severance, Soul, 7x8. I'll take out the frontliner. I love all that ethereal defense I get for basically free. Perfect. Another Venerable Tea set. So 2 Venerable Tea sets and a Very Hot Cocoa. My opening turn could not have more capacity. I mean, there are ways to have more capacity, but I'll rest. No need for a desperate upgrade on any of those cards. Spirit of Ash came out early in this fight, so I feel like I'm probably not going to have to play the Dex pot. Whereas next fight, who knows? Snap to keep Veil Piercer. I don't need to play the Ethereal Snap, but Retain is really good in this fight, so I will keep another copy of that as well. Rather than letting it exhaust there. I feel like Pull from Below kind of needs to be played. But if I play it, I'm going to get an Ethereal copy. No, I'm going to get rid of the Defend and the Unleash that I can't really get. Maybe I play the Defend. Yeah. There we go. And just continue building up the Pull from Beyond there. Definitely drop to 5. I'm gonna have to go Soul. Worst outcome. That'll be a block bot just so that I can finish the rest of that block that turn. Sadly, we drew into no more draw. It's off position. That one also hurt. Get rid of the Ethereal copy of Snap. I don't think I really have the ability to support that as much as I wanted this time. Just exhaust a couple cards, get them out of the next cycle. Yeah, this is definitely the most threatening of the turns, but 4x14 is lethal. So, I'm not even going to bother counting. Good work counting, Raps. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. We can really have changed the outcome of that turn. Oh my god, enfeebling. Really? Good draw. Let's Soul. Severance. Soul in hand. Death March. Okay. LBS at first, then Sculpting Strike on the strike. Then I'm gonna double play that strike for additional defense. Then I'm going to transform the Sculpting Strike in the draw pile. And Veil Pierce. Gotta be nice to have more strength than this, but 4x22, 4x22, I do both of those. And then in one cycle's time, I come back to them and I do both of those again. All that additional draw. And I finally did it. I got down to weakness. There it is. Pull from below for 4x32. Sayonara, Queen. GG against the Queen. Right. I've still got another fight. I thought I was done. well. Let's go high five twice because it's free. We'll defy and seance our way through worst card and draw pile. Ooh, Severin's drawn. We do get to main and Spirit of Ash, my gosh. Unleash, snap to keep, Death March on a later turn, and then I'll use it for lethal this turn. Ridiculous. Both of our important powers set up on turn 1, and no damage taken. And we have Enfeebling Touch on the most appropriate follow-up turn. Feeling pretty secure here. 6 by 7, 9 by 7, 9 by 7, 63. Okay, I'll play Pull from Below. Then I'm Sculpting Strike on Strike, then double that Strike. And then the other Pull from Below, that's just for setting the new draw pile to be good. To have a couple copies of an ethereal... really powerhouse ethereal card. Yep, there's the ethereal copies of Strike. Even better. Defend myself entirely with strikes. And I will pull from below as well. Just to keep it in the deck cycle. Not that I think I'm going to get back to it and need to play it, because really the fight shouldn't go that long at that point. I feel I will go snapping here, actually. Sadly, more damage I get to take that turn. Okay, I can set up vulnerability this turn without needing access to other expensive cards later, and Pull from Below is the next draw cycle, so I'm intentionally not going to play anything here, so that next turn I draw Pull from Below and can play it first. Nine by 24, and then play it again afterwards. GG. Now, GG. Got it. Architect! You killed my parents! You killed my friend! You killed my life! That's me saying that? That's that saying that? I did what I must to maintain order. Sending the Ironclad to fight me. Get him. My name has been Rhapsody. Name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. This has been an incredibly fun run. For the moment. Wait, hang on. I say for the moment and then my name has been Rhapsody. So doing that in the wrong order has screwed me up entirely. So instead I'm just going to do a different off-the-cuff kind of version of an outro. I've done the joke many times where I like continue talking until right after the outro so that it kind of sounds like I get cut off mid-sentence. But it's really important to make sure that I actually continue talking